Oh my god. Better finish.
Let's go. That was beautiful.
Delivered, bro. Brothers. Egg. I have to finish that.
Wow, first pose, up for 90 again.
Passing perks on?
Yeah, I got the through ball perk.
Ooh,
Real king.
That was so good. Oh,
wow.
Power shot, baby.
that was a rocket.
You can't watch the clips at the end of a game. That's very bad. Like I think that's like the worst thing to me. To mine.
Oh my god.
That was the best goal I've ever seen.
No way, dude.
I'm speechless.
Nah, dude, that's the best thing ever. Oh my god.
Okay, this dude is playing offense.
Yo, are you muted? What's up, guys? Hope y'all are all having a great day. We are back on FIFA 23 Pro Clubs, and we're going to be looking at this cam build that I've used quite a bit, and it got me to a pretty high level with just great playmaking and dribbling ability, and you can really rack up some assists with this build, and it's very fun, the type of playmaking you can do this year in FIFA 23 with the types of fancy passes, outside the foot passes, and the passes, just the way they look, are very pleasing. So I am a big fan of playing in the midfield this year and being more of a playmaker type role. So that's what we're focusing on for this cam build. As you can see in the top right, I am currently level 63 and I have all 3 perk slots unlocked. I got that at level 60. I haven't even used this build with all 3 perks. I was using it before I unlocked that. So I also have 7 skill points I haven't even allocated to this build, which I'll do. So if you aren't level 63, don't worry. I was even using this build when I only had 1 perk slot unlocked. So you can definitely use this build as a lower level. You just won't have as much skill points as me currently, but it does not take a long time to level up this year. As you can see, I'm already more than halfway. I'm level 63. It's crazy. So looking at this build, we are a cam, and then the height I chose is 5'10", and the weight 119 pounds. I chose 5'10", it's a pretty good height to still win headers, win those 50-50s that pop up, like in corners, goal kicks, just in the middle of the field, and hopefully you can win that header and keep possession for your team. I feel like that's pretty helpful just for any position. When you're really short, you have basically no chance of winning those 50-50 headers. You could possibly score a header with the cam at 5'10", even though I don't think cams have very good heading. They have like the lowest heading stat in the game this year, I believe. So I decided to go 5'10". Feel free, if you want, you can lower it a bit, go like 5'8", 5'6", and go taller, 6 foot. You just don't lose much pace going like 5'6", 5'4", all the way up to 5'10". You only lose like 1 pace or so it's really not much of a difference. Weight 119, minimum weight. I felt like this was the best just to bump up the agility and dribbling. And then I think it also basically maxes out the agility or acceleration for a 5'10" cam. Preferred foot, that's really up to you guys. Let's take a look at the perks. I tried several different perks on this build, and the one that I've grown to like a lot is light passes, which is a new perk this year in FIFA 23. And what this does, teammates can trap your passes easier. So what I think it does, it basically just increases their ball control, but it looks like it does more than just that. Like it almost like magnetizes to their feet like every time. And a lot of times if you do like a really hard pass, like a hard driven pass on the ground to your teammate, say like a striker who doesn't even have like crazy ball control, they'll trap it perfectly almost every single time. And I wonder if this like works on like one-time shots. Say you cross the ball in or do like a through ball to your striker and they take a one-time shot. Does the light passes like help their one-time shot improve their volley, reduce like the error of like the shot going off target? I wonder if it does, because I've had some crazy assists with the light passes perks on. I've had some of my teammates score some absolute golazos while I set them up with the light passes perk and they had like a one-time shot. So I think it might even help there, which makes this perk very good and a very underrated perk that I think a lot of people are going to be sleeping on this year. The second perk I was using is the famous threaded pass. If you played FIFA 22 Pro Clubs, you probably know that this was one of the best perks in the game, and I believe it's the same this year. It increases through pass and lofted through pass accuracy basically by increasing the vision stat, which helps you on through balls. And it also grants the player the swerve trait, which is very nice, adds curve and bend to your passes, and can avoid defenders and lead perfectly to like an attacker or whoever you're trying to pass the ball to. Gives you the flare trait, so you can do like fancy through ball passes. And then it also gives you the 5-star weak foot ability, which is very clutch. So even if you have like a 3-star or 4-star weak foot, every single through ball that you make with this build, with this perk on, you'll have the 5-star weak foot. So it does not matter if you take if you hit a through ball with your weak foot, it will be a 5-star. So I'm a huge fan of threaded pass, and it can get you a lot of assist. So these are the 2 perks that I was mainly using while I had 2 perk slots unlocked. And when I only had 1 perk slot unlocked while I was using this build, I was mostly trying out threaded pass. And then I think I sometimes switched to like pinpoint cross if I wanted to make some crosses, go out wide. I think I even tried set piece specialist for a bit, but I wasn't having too much fun with that. I really wanted to try it for the throw-ins. I just could not get a throw-in to save my life with set piece specialist. It was pretty annoying. Precision pass could be also a good option. So heading to the 3rd perk, which I haven't even tried this build with a 3rd perk, which is why it is empty. But if I were to, I would probably do either precision pass. That is very nice. You can do those hard driven passes, and it'll help a lot with these. Give you the 5-star weak foot, the swerve trait, exactly like threaded pass. But those hard driven passes will be more accurate. And then because you have the light passes, you can really abuse the hard driven ground passes, like to your striker or out to like your wingers or whoever it may be. And they should be able to trap it, even though it's like a really hard pass, because you have the light passes perk on. That could be a decent combo. I might have to try that. Light passes, threaded pass, and precision pass. If not, you could go like tireless runner if you have a stamina problem. Cams have like some of the worst stamina. Pinpoint cross is a solid option if you have a bigger man up top you can whip the ball into. As a cam, it might not be the best. You might not be roaming wide and have the opportunity to cross it in a lot, but it could be helpful. And crossing is very good this year, I've noticed, especially on new gen FIFA 23. Skill dribbler maybe for the flare trait. We already have really good dribbling stats, so I don't know about that. Set piece specialist, as I already said. Poacher, I don't know about that for a cam, mostly for a striker, but it could be good if you just want to increase the shooting stats inside the box. I did try distance shooter, can be helpful if you like taking those distance shots. I even made distance shots without the distance shooter perk, so you don't need it, but this will just increase the shot power on your outside the box shots, and the long shot stat will be better while granting you the finesse shot, outside foot shot, and 5-star weak foot. So you have some options, but for now I think I'm just going to put precision pass just to make it kind of like a playmaking all passing perk type of build. So let's head on over to the skill tree. Let's take a look at the physical page first. I don't have any skill points here, so it is just the base stats for this cam build. I would love to upgrade the reactions and maybe the stamina more, but currently I didn't really have any problems with stamina. If you do have some problems with stamina early game, feel free to add some skill points there, but I don't have anything here. Maybe in the future I will add like a few skill points to stamina, something like this possibly, to make that feel a little bit better. But right now we have nothing on the physical page. The physical stats for a cam are not what you're supposed to be focusing on this year, it seems like, so I didn't really put anything here. Defending, we don't have anything, but compared to last year, these defensive stats are crazy. These are like the same defensive stats you basically would get as a center mid last year in pro clubs. So you have very good base defensive stats to start out with as a cam. You could almost use a cam as like a box-to-box center mid with just these base stats. And if you wanted to, you can upgrade them a bit more. But cams could be used as like an 8 box-to-box type of role this year because of these base defensive stats. But we don't have any upgrades. Let's look at dribbling. I almost have max dribbling on this build, but I left off a couple things, and that is this attack positioning and dribbling, and this ball control right here. We have 93 agility, 91 balance, 95 ball control, and 94 dribbling. I felt like those dribbling stats are good enough. I don't need to upgrade the ball control to 98. 95 is already solid, and then the same thing with the dribbling. But as you can see, a cam build, 5'10", the dribbling stats are phenomenal. We have 5-star skills, have both the Maestro and the Lynx archetypes. Let's look at passing. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I focused on making this build a playmaker, so it has a great passing ability with 90 vision, 86 crossing, 88 long pass, 89 short pass, and 90 curve. And remember, we have the threaded pass perk on this build, so it has even more vision. I'm guessing it's at least 95 vision, maybe even 99, so almost max vision on this build already because of the threaded pass perk with the 90 vision. 88 long pass, 89 short pass for now are solid, and I just put the precision pass perk on, so those are actually going to be even better when I use that third perk slot. So if you have 3 perk slots, this build will be very fun to use. And then we have 90 curve on this build. I really wanted to upgrade the curve. I don't have the artist archetype, but I just went for some curve upgrades right here and got that to 90. And I feel like curve helps a lot. It helps for shots, adding like for finesse shots and just like outside the foot shots. It'll add more bend to your shots, but it also helps a lot for passing. And those 2 passing perks both come with the swerve trait, which add more whippage to your passes. So having the swerve trait and having a high curve stat can really make your passes look amazing, and you can thread some crazy angle passes. So this is the passing stats. The 2 best categories on this build, if you haven't already noticed, are the dribbling and the passing. Let's look at shooting. For those of y'all wondering what I'm going to do with these 7 skill points, I'll add them to the build once I wrap up the pace page, but I wanted to show you guys what I was exactly using in my last game with this build. So on the shooting, you'll pretty much have to add all these skill points on the shooting page last. What I would do first, if you're not as high of a level as me, I would start on dribbling and passing, upgrade those first, and then work on shooting. You're not going to have as much shooting chances with a build like this. You're mostly going to be starting the plays, getting like hockey assist, a bunch of assists, getting some scoring chances, but it's not as important as the passing and dribbling on this build. So I would upgrade finishing last after dribbling and passing. So what I have right now on this build, I went down to the 4-star weak foot, and I wanted to upgrade the finishing to somewhat of a respectable amount. So right now I have it at 83. Got right here these 3 things. You get +5 finishing for 6 skill points. And then on the left side, I just got this shot power, +5 shot power for 3 skill points right here. And then I put 4 more skill points on this build, and I believe what I had was this finishing right here. And then I just had 1 long shots for now because I just had 1 skill point at the time that I needed to put somewhere on the build. So this build currently has 86 finishing, 73 shot power, 79 long shots, 74 volleys, and 77 penalties. And the heading actually is the lowest stat. We could upgrade it quite a bit more and make it somewhat decent, which is nice. You couldn't really do that last year when it came to cams and center mids. Their heading were like in the 50s, kind of crazy. But right now, these are the shooting stats, nothing special, but I did, I think, like score like 1 or 2 distance shots with this build and a few other decent goals. But we will upgrade this once we get even more skill points. To the pace page, where I don't have any skill points. For now, as I'm leveling up, currently I feel like the way, at least the new gen, FIFA 23 new gen, I feel like I don't need pace right now. I don't know if any of y'all feel the same, but I feel like if I added pace on this build, I really wouldn't notice much of a difference, especially because of the way I'm playing this build. I'm not like dribbling too much, not utilizing too much pace or trying to burn people one-on-one. I am doing some skills with the 5-star skills, but I'm not like trying to go full out crazy, like dribbling and just abuse the pace. I'm mostly just feeding the ball around the field, working the ball around the field, and trying to get some assists and create some chances for my teammates. So I don't have anything on pace for now. I do plan on upgrading it more once I get more skill points, but right now I just keep it at the base pace stat of 76 acceleration and 74 sprint speed. Some of y'all might think I'm crazy. Some of y'all might be agreeing with me right now, but this is what I have. Feel free, if you want to take like a lot of skill points off of the dribbling page, you can. Like if you aren't a 5-star skiller, feel free to take those off. Just go 4-star or even 3-star, and you'll have a lot of skill points you could just add to pace if you feel like that's more important for your playstyle. Definitely, you don't have to copy this build exactly. You can switch it up depending on how you play a cam. So that's this cam build that y'all have been seeing in a few of my videos, like some of the gameplay videos. I have been using it and I've been making some crazy passes. So this is the setup. And for these last 7 skill points, since I am 63, I will add them to the build. I still don't think I'm going to add them to physical. Like I could go for stamina here. I'm not going to add anything to dribbling. Could increase the passing more, something like this. But what I think at this point, what I would do is start upgrading the pace, maybe get the acceleration to 80. If anything, I could upgrade the acceleration. That could be more important as a cam than sprint speed. I could do that, just put all the skill points into that. Or I could upgrade the shooting more, like upgrade the long shots to 85 for now. That could be a possibility. Or I could also go for like the 5-star weak foot, which I don't think is too important right now. So I think as of right now, I might start upgrading the pace because 80 acceleration looks kind of nice. And that's what I'm going to have for this build at level 63. And it is currently 88 overall. Such a high overall rating. Not used to that compared to last year. But that'll wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you think of this build. Hit that like button on this video for me. And then hit that subscribe button on my channel if you haven't already subbed. As always, y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. And peace out.